Sample problem for USCS. For a given soil, the following are known. Percentage passing number 4 sieve is equal to 70, or this is your F of 4. Percent passing number 200, this is your F200, is equal to 30. Liquid limit is 33 and plastic limit is 12. So classify the soil using the Unified Soil Classification System or the USCS. So give the group symbol and the group name. So the first step is to identify the given. So percent finer for sieve number 4, or designated as F of 4, is equal to 70. Percent finer for sieve number 200, or F200, is equal to 30. Liquid limit is given to be 33. Plastic limit is given to be 12. So next is to identify the group symbol using table 5.2. In the module, this is table 4.2. That is because there are different editions that was used, kaya medyo naiba lang yung mga table number, but definitely the same table din ang nandun. So the first is to identify the group symbol using table 5.2. So note that 5.2 has 3 categories. You have the coarse grain soil, you have the fine grain, and you have the highly organic soil. However, the third category, which is highly organic soil, is of less point of interest in geotechnical studies. Thus, we simply identify from category 1 and category 2. So category 1 is coarse grain soils. Category 2 is fine-grained soils. So to categorize, we check the percent finer for sand 200. So if F200 is less than 50%, it is coarse-grained soil. If F200 is greater than or equal to 50%, it is fine-grained soil. So from the given, our F200 is equal to 30%. So 30% is less than 50%, therefore it is coarse-grained soil. So from the coarse-grained soil, we start from here and then we identify which one is next. So for us to know if it is gravel or sand, we have to see or check the conditions that is presented below. So from the sample problem, percent finer or F200 is equal to 30. That is less than 50%. Therefore, it is classified as coarse-grained soil. Next is to identify whether it is sand or gravel. To identify, we check the percent passing on sieve number 4 or F of 4. So we have to identify if it is gravel or sand. So if F of 4 is greater than 50%, it is sand. If F of 4 is less than 50%, it is gravel. So in our example, our F of 4 is 70%, which is greater than 50%. Therefore, it is sand. Next is to identify if it is clean sand or sand with fines. So, since our F200 is 30, which is greater than 12, therefore, it is sands with fines. And then finally, since liquid limit and plastic limit are given, we can solve the value of PI, which is PI is equal to liquid limit minus plastic limit. So PI is 33 minus 12. PI is equal to 21. Okay, so we have to see the conditions here. If PI is greater than 7 and plots on or above A line. If PI is less than 4 or plots below A line. So our PI is 21, that is greater 7, and if we are going to plot it on the plasticity chart, this is your plasticity chart. So on the x-axis is liquid limit, on the y-axis is plasticity index. Our plasticity index is 21, so that is somewhere here. And then our liquid limit is given to be 33 somewhere here. So kapag plinat mo siya, the point is somewhere here. This is your A line. So it is above A line. So therefore, our category is here and our group symbol is SC. So therefore, from table 5.2, First is we identified if it is a coarse grain or fine grain. So we identify that it is coarse grain. Next is we have to identify if it is gravel or sand. We were able to identify that it is sand. Next, we have to identify if it is clean sand or sand with fines. We identify that it is sand with fines. And then next is we have to identify if PI is less than 4 or if it is greater than 7 or if it plots below A line or if it plots above A line. So we were able to identify that PI is greater than 7 and it plots above the A line. So therefore our group symbol is SC. Next is to identify the group name. So for coarse grain category, we use table 5.4. For fine grain category, we use table 5.5. Since our sample problem falls under coarse grain category, we will use table 5.4. So this is our table 5.4 and yung group symbol natin kanina ay SC. So dito tayo magsisimula on this part. Since our group symbol is SC, we check the percent gravel on sieve number 4. Or retained at sieve number 4. So F4 means finer, percent passing. R4 means retained. So we check the percent gravel or R4. So R4 is simply 100% minus F4. Our F4 is given. So R4 is equal to 100 minus 70. Percent gravel is 30%. So 30% is greater than 15%. So from here, we belong to this category. Okay? So 30% is greater than 50%. So we belong to this category. So that is clayey sand. So R4 is 30%, which is greater than 15%. Thus, the group name is clayey sand with gravel. So the classification is SC, clayey sand with gravel. So first is we put the group symbol and then followed by the group name. So that is now our answer. Example number 2, percent finer or sieve 200 F200 is equal to 70. Percent finer on sieve number 4 or F of 4 is equal to 95. Liquid limit is 52. Plasticity index is 28. So identify the group symbol using table 5.2. So our F200 is equal to 70, which is greater than 50%. Therefore, it is fine-grained soil. Next, liquid limit is equal to 52. We have to check if it belongs to this category or it belongs to this category. So we check the liquid limit. Our liquid limit is 52, which is greater than 50. Therefore, it is silt and clay on this part. And then, the next option is whether it is inorganic or organic. But by default, it is inorganic. Our point of interest are the inorganic soil, not the organic ones. So, because the organic, ito yung mga recycled or mga compost. So, those are not our interest. Our interest are the inorganic soil. So, by default, that is inorganic. And then we check if plasticity index plots on or above A line or if plasticity index plots below A line. So we have to plot it on the plasticity chart. Okay, so our plasticity index is 28. And then our liquid limit is 52. 50, 52. So if you are going to plot, this is our A line, so it is above A line. Therefore, our group symbol is CH. So next is to identify the group name. Since the sample problem falls under fine grain, we will use table 5.5. So our group symbol is CH. So we can start immediately right here since we were able to identify our group symbol a while ago. But if you want to start all over here, still you can check and we will arrive at here. So since our liquid limit is 58, right? That is greater than 50, and then we are considering the organic, and then our PI plots above A line. So nandito na tayo. Okay, so kung gusto nyong i-check, pwede rin. But since we already identified the group symbol a while back, we can start immediately on this group symbol CH. So next is to check these conditions. Less than 30 plus, 30% plus number 200, or greater than or equal to 30% plus number 200. So note 30% plus number 200 is read as percent retained on sieve number 200. This is signified as R200. So R200 is simply 100% minus our F200. So since alam natin ang F200, we simply substitute 100 minus 70 is 30%. So 30% is equal to 30%. Therefore, our category is, there you go. Next is we have to compare the percent gravel versus the percent sand. So percent gravel is simply the gravel that is 100 minus F of 4. Percent sand is 100 minus F200. So 100 minus 95. And then percent sand is simply 100 minus 70. So percent gravel is 5. Percent sand is 30. Percent gravel is less than percent sand. So therefore, on the table, percent gravel is less than percent sand. Next is we have to check if our gravel is less than 15 or greater than 15. So our percent gravel is 5 and that is less than 15. Therefore, our category is sandy fat clay. Our group name is sandy fat clay. So the soil is classified as CH-sandy fat clay. That's now our answer.